welcome to Live at 5-ish.
We had a little issue today, but we have a great guest.
Great guest.
Julie Halston from the Babylon line at Lincoln Center Theater.
It's very exciting. It's Thursday, December the 15th. We're getting close to that Christmas break. We had some interesting news today. Charlotte Maltby will headline the Sound of Music tour.
That's amazing. I love it.
Well done, her.
Well done, her.
Well done, her.
Yes. What else is going on?
The Play That Goes Wrong, which was this big hit in the West End in London, is moving to Broadway next spring. We have an exclusive video explaining all
It's
about
complicated, right?
Well,
It's a little complicated.
well,
I'm excited for that.
it looks fun, and they've taken over the West End. This company has now got
Right.
3
Peter
shows.
Pan Goes Wrong.
Peter Pan Goes Wrong.
Christmas Goes Wrong.
Christmas
we don't know.
There's one, and then there's the Play That Goes Wrong. Anyway, amazing.
Sounds fun. Sounds
so
fun.
well done to all them. They're really young.
Come on in, Julie Halston.
Come in,
Come on in. Have a
Just
seat.
doing the news.
Sit in the news. Julie was stuck in traffic, you guys.
Yes.
It happens.
If
It's New York
anyone's
City.
been around
We're
Midtown in New
wondering
York
what was
City,
going on.
there's a tree, there's a new president. It just means it gets a bit chaotic around here. Roll call with Sherry Renee Scott, which is hysterical.
So funny.
funny.
And of course, she's been in so many shows that everyone loves.
I mean,
Aida,
yeah.
Rent, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, a little show called The Last 5 Years. Maybe you've heard of it.
Maybe you've heard of it. Anyway, she's adorable and lovely, and that was fun. This is interesting. Janie D.
Big star.
Big star in London. 2 Oliviers. Not one, but 2 Oliviers. She's coming off Broadway to lead Linda from February the 7th at MTC. I have a feeling you might like this one.
I might.
I
like Janie D. I've seen her many times in
Yes.
London.
Yeah, so it's lovely that she's coming here. Okay, everyone, I know that you're probably doing this, and you've probably got your questions already, but the Wicked Girls are our next Ask Stars.
Ask Alphaba.
Yeah.
Ask
Ask
Linda. But it's actually Jennifer Denoya and Cara Lindsay, and I know you've got a lot of questions for
Yeah.
them because
So-
they're already rolling in.
So get them in. Nicholas Barash and Carl Scatliff, who is one of my favourites in the whole of Broadway, will star in Big River at City Centre Encores next year.
Big River is such a good show. That's
and
gonna
they
be
are
awesome.
wonderful, so
That's
that is
gonna
going
be
to be awesome. Call Me Madam, episode 4 is up, speaking of Wicked. Okay, and we'll quickly whip through odds and ends.
Okay.
So this morning I got to do a TV hit, which combined royals, which is one of my experts.
True. One of your
and
areas of expertise.
theatre. Because Prince Harry and Meghan Markle went to see The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Night Time in the West End last night.
The thing about this is that no one in the world is as excited about this as you are.
Because-
but that's okay. It's fine.
Because The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Night Time is
It's a
a
fabulous
superb show. And it's wonderful that this, and they are probably the most high-profile couple in the world right now, went to go and see a really good show that's won a Tony, won the Olivier, is currently still running the West End, and is on tour in America right now. I just think it's fantastic they picked a really good one.
They have good taste, those
They
royals.
have good taste, those royals. It might have been Meghan. I don't think Prince Harry isn't known for his theatre-going
interesting.
activities. So I'm slightly liking this sort of
What
this
else is going on
relationship.
in Odds
Anyway,
and Ends?
moving on, odds and ends. Patrick Wilson is going to be in Aquaman. Now, he needs to come back to Broadway. Can I just say that?
Patrick, come back to Broadway. If you want to do a revival of the Full Monty, that would be fine.
That'd be fine. Whatever
that would
you
be
want to
totally
do.
fine with me.
But you were last here in 2008, Patrick. Not good enough.
I know you're watching, Patty. Hi,
I know.
Nice to
Hi.
see you.
Hello. Not good enough. You need to come back. Broadway Bears will be on June the 18th, which is good because it's freezing cold in New York City right now, so we wouldn't advise them to do it right now. Angels in America, this very exciting National Theatre production.
Love
that's
Angels in America.
full
Speaking of
casting.
Patrick Wilson, who did the movie version of it.
And that's led by Nathan Lane. Anyway, we had more casting news on that
Nathan
today.
Lane, Andrew Garfield, Russell Tovey. Amazing cast at the National.
So we all want to be going to London for that. And speaking of London, Very Child has extended in the West End. So well done, all involved with them. I'm going to leave now.
All right, bye. I don't have my applause. I don't have
Falling
my
apart
applause meter. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce the one and only, and you're all, there's a lot of people in this room. They all need to applaud because Julie Halston, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my goodness, am I sitting here?
Sit with me, Julie.
Hello.
You guys,
Oh my God.
this is a living legend. I'm sorry, you've been in traffic. Take a
Yes.
breath. It's okay.
Oh
It's
my
just
God.
all the people
And
in the
it's-
world
Hello, and it's freezing out there. I mean, it's really,
It's
really cold.
and
It's
probably
Arctic.
gonna be like 60 tomorrow because
yeah,
the world
it's
is a
the
mess.
polar vortex.
We're
you
in the
know.
vortex.
Yeah, we're in the vortex. So how are you?
I'm good. I
Good.
haven't seen you in a while. It's
Yes.
so good to see you.
Yeah.
You're getting smashing reviews in the Babylon line.
Yes.
Now, first of all, I haven't seen it yet, so I'm not going to pretend like I've seen it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
ridiculous.
Okay, good.
But I can't wait to see it because Richard Greenberg is a genius playwright.
He is, absolutely.
And
We have an amazing
You
cast.
have an amazing cast. Josh Radnor, Elizabeth Reeser.
Yes. Frank
Randy
Wood,
Graff.
Michael Oberholzer from
Maddie
Hand to
Corman.
God.
I mean, so many
Randy
cool-
Graff, Tony Award winner.
Tony Award winner, ladies and gentlemen.
And Maddie Corman. I mean, we're having
So
the time
good.
of our lives.
And you're directed by Terry Kinney, who's also a genius.
Steppenwolf, and now, big TV star, Billions, and he's on Good Behavior, and so it's
It's all stars. All
Yeah.
stars at Lincoln Center
at
Theater.
Lincoln Center. And I must say, I love walking. I live near Lincoln Center, but I love walking every night near the fountain.
It's pretty fabulous.
It's pretty
Especially
fabulous.
'cause
Very
it's a huge
elevated.
tree. I try to walk by there as
Yeah.
often as I can.
I sort of let out a little aria, every time I go by the Met.
If you're walking by,
And you hear
Julie
me,
Halston,
you'll know. But
you might hear something amazing.
you might hear something amazing. It really probably won't be me. And then you can come down to the Mitzi Newhouse and hear a lot of Long Island accents.
And that's what I want to ask you because you're
Yeah.
famously from Long Island.
Yes.
From Comac.
Yes. Good for you.
I knew it. So you don't have a Long Island accent. Or do
Yeah,
you?
or do I?
Maybe a little bit.
Well, it's so funny because, whenever I do other pieces, I sort of have to get rid of the Long Island
Right.
accent. And this was a case where I really needed to embrace the Long Island accent. And Richard Greenberg was like, "Oh, go further. Who knew? Go
You can
no."
really go.
Yeah.
So
I
this
was
place
like,
takes place in Levittown, and what year is it?
1967. It's very Mad Men.
Ooh,
Yes.
Well, you are very good, I have to say, because I've seen you in a bazillion things.
Yeah.
You're very good at wearing those period costumes.
I do.
I don't think you're of this time.
No, I know. I'm really not. Anything from like 1929 to 1967, and I'm in. But
That's the cutoff.
That's the cutoff. 67.
No bell bottoms for
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Oh no. And the 70s, dreadful for
The
everyone.
silhouettes weren't the same.
Yeah, no, they were
You have to
terrible.
take off your bra, it's different. It's just a
Exactly,
different thing.
dreadful. But so we all look really great, I have to say.
Yes.
And our costume designer Sarah Holden did an amazing job. And what was so sweet, I mean, I love to drop names, and I will be dropping names.
I hope so.
The wig I'm wearing in this really makes me look a lot like a young Ann Mira. And Ben Stiller and Amy Stiller came to our show.
Amy is his sister,
His
not his wife.
sister, and it was very moving for them
To sort
when
of
I
have
came
someone-
out, and they were like, "You look like our mom,"
That's
you know what I
really
mean? And it was
sweet.
so sweet, and it was just really wonderful.
So you're diving into the Long Island accent in this. Is
Yes,
that true?
yes.
You're really going for it.
I'm going for it, because it is funny because when I do take, the Babylon
The
line,
hands come out.
Yeah, the hands come out, or the Ronkonkoma line, or the Huntington
Ronkonkoma.
line, whatever line I'm taking, because I still have a lot of friends on Long Island.
Do you find that you're sounding like people you grew up with?
I
Like
totally
your mom, maybe?
am. I totally am. And it gets worse. Like literally from Penn Station to like when you get off.
Oh, literally, you get on the train and everything
And
changes.
suddenly you're talking a lot more like this.
I feel
you
like
know
you're
what I
gonna
mean?
start talking like this just from being near you.
Yes.
Yes.
And again, dropping names because we're friends.
Of course.
Rosie O'Donnell because we're from
Ro,
Comac.
we call her Ro.
Ro and I, we find when we talk to each other like it gets worse. And like at first it's like, oh hey Ro, oh hey Jewel,
What's the quintessential Long Island word?
well
I think it is Long Island.
first of all, Guyland, yeah. It's like,
Guyland.
oh, you're from the Guyland. And then there's like, like there's a lot of cutoff stuff, like kind of like used guys, like,
Oh.
a used guy's coming over, that kind of thing.
Like, do you say memoir or do you say memoir?
Memoir.
Memoir.
Everything's an A.
A draw.
Yeah. It's like,
Draw.
oh, yeah. And there's the intrusive awe. It's like Law and Order. I love Law and Order. It's such a good show. I love that.
Intrusive.
The
very
intrusive awe and the A, which is everything. You know what I mean?
Everything.
Yeah.
I'm going to come to these questions. People are freaking out because they love Julie Halston.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay, David wants to know, David, you know Julie so well. What's your most outrageous Charles Busch memory? Now, obviously, if you don't know, Julie Halston is Charles Busch's muse. You can ask him. He'll say it. It's true.
It's true. He
It's
does
How
say
many
it.
roles has Charles Busch written for you?
Almost like 15 or 16 or
That
something.
doesn't happen. That's not normal.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's crazy, and I'm very, very blessed. Well, Charles and I have actually had so many memories It would be hard to pick one. One of the best, though, was when we were doing Vampire Lesbians of Sodom.
The very famous
back
show.
in the day.
Downtown
At the Provincetown Playhouse on
McDougal
McDougal
Street.
Street. Thank you. And there was a robbery at the theater. There was a robbery, and the cops came to like take a report. And boy, did they get
They got an
an
eyeful.
eyeful and an earful because
That little vignette that you just said could be its own play.
Yes.
It can run in rep with Vampire
Yes.
Lesbians. Just an idea.
There was our delightful Bobby Carey, who was our resident hunk, in a G-string with nothing else.
He's downtown.
And
remember.
downtown, there's Charles Busch in a red wig and like a little strange, little transparent outfit, in drag, total drag, high heels, major makeup. And he was like, officer, we've been robbed. And, there I was. And those were the days when you could still smoke in your dressing room. And I was smoking at that point. And I was just like, what's going on here? And I was like in a robe. I was like Elaine Stritch at 20. And it was outrageous. It was a scene out of a great movie that you all
What
want to
was
see.
stolen? Not
Well,
it
that was the
matters.
other thing. There was a little bit of jewelry and
Charles's
a little
jewelry?
bit. No, it wasn't Charles. Actually, it was Charles's jewelry.
Because
I
he's
believe.
probably the one wearing jewelry.
Yes, jewelry, and I think there was a little cash, but not a lot.
Just enough that you had to call the cops.
We had to call the cops, and there was. No wigs was stolen, which I thought was
thank God. They're
hilarious.
very expensive.
It was jewelry, a little cash. There was some other things, but anyway, we filed a police report. But let me tell you, those cops, and they
Scarred for life.
were stereotypes too. They were like the cops, you know what I mean? Like they were like those guys. It was I think we made their night actually.
Do you still talk to Charles every day?
Not every day, but a lot, and we were also. Texting and emailing
Texting.
all the time. So
Amazing.
Yeah.
I would love to listen in on those
Oh,
conversations.
they're pretty
Just
fun.
talk about whatever.
Yeah,
you
they're
know.
pretty fun, I have to say.
All right, Elisa's asking, what's your go-to karaoke song? Now, have you ever done karaoke?
Oh, I hate karaoke. Oh my God,
and
I
also,
hate karaoke.
Julie's married to Ralph Howard,
Yes.
the very famous newsman. You probably have heard him on the radio.
Yes, he was the voice of 1010 Wins for almost 20
Forever.
years. Then he worked for Howard Stern for 8
So
and a
I
half
can't.
years.
Well, the reason why I'm mentioning this is I can't imagine Ralph at a karaoke bar.
No, he's never been.
He's a very
No.
straight arrow.
Yes, no, he's never been, and probably never will.
That's probably fine. That's probably a good thing.
I've been to karaoke bars a few times in my life. Not my proudest moments, because usually karaoke bars involve drinking, and I am a real lightweight.
I love that.
So like 3 glasses of wine, and it's sad. It's kind of sad,
There's nothing worse than sad
there's
karaoke.
nothing wrong. There's nothing worse than a sad karaoke. So I think actually I don't really have a go-to, but every once in a while I might do like a Joni Mitchell thing.
Oh, you're just making it sad right away.
Yeah, no, it's really sad.
Go for the ballad.
Yeah, no, it's the Joni Mitchell blue. It's like really sad.
And
like
3 glasses in.
Yeah, and 3 glasses in, and I don't sound good. And somehow there's a conversation about like my cats, and you know what I mean.
This is not your million.
No, it's bad. It's really bad. So
have
that's
to get out of
my
here
favorite
soon.
karaoke.
We
Yeah.
have to get out of here soon, but let's talk a little bit more about the Babylon line. You play someone who's in a writing class.
Yes, and she's a terrible writer, at least at first. And, she's a housewife who's looking for something to do. She wanted to take French cooking. That was full.
Right, of course.
We're
Always
insane.
full.
And so she ends up in this creative writing class with her friends.
So give me a line, if you can. I don't want to put you on the spot too much. Of bad writing
Oh.
in the show
Oh,
in your Long Island accent.
in my Long Island
Just to
accent.
give you something to go home with.
So I got out the lawnmower and I mowed the lawn, and I very much enjoyed it. That's
so good.
bad writing.
That's so good.
And
It's so bad it's good.
yeah. But she turns out to be a woman who ends up with a very rich life and a more creative life.
But if that line didn't sell you on the Babylon line, this show is not for you, but it totally sold me, so I can't wait to see it. We have to run.
Thank you so
Happy
much.
holidays, Julie
Thank
Halston.
you.
You're like a
Happy
gift.
holidays to all of you out there. I love you all. I love the theater community and the fans and everyone.
And we love you back.
well, bless you.
And that's showbiz.
Bless you. Thank you.